Yo, it's Low. I'm back with a new game review today. This is not a beating the backlog episode, but I'm going to try a review of a game that I really like, a game I've already played a lot of times before. The game I'm talking about, if you can read the video title, it's Left 4 Dead 2. Released in November 2009 by the notorious Valve, this game takes the winning formula from its predecessor and improves upon it and builds on it in just about every way possible. For those that are unfamiliar with this winning formula, it's honestly pretty simple. You have 4 playable characters, the survivors, and you have to reach the end of the campaign fighting hordes of zombies. Some of these zombies have more abilities and more health than the common fodder zombies. We call those the special infected. The campaigns are split into various levels. The levels are separated by safe rooms, where it's basically the transition between levels. The survivors have a variety of gadgets and weapons at their disposal. You have melee weapons, you got just bombs, you got assault rifles, basically anything you can think of. And honestly, it really doesn't get more complicated than that. And just that alone is where I find the beauty in Left 4 Dead. The game is just so simple, but it's really the little things, the little details that just keep you coming back and wanting to play more. The special infected spawns are always randomized every playthrough, aside from a couple exceptions. So pretty much you're never going to know what you're going to get and when you're going to get it, and I just find that really fun. Some sections just become 10 times more tense just because a specific special infected will spawn there, and that special infected could be very deadly in that particular part, so I just find it really fun to see what's going to happen, because it's pretty much always random. And in my experience, some of the special infected are stronger than others, and those are like the boss ones. There's only 2, but sometimes they spawn in specific ways, and that makes for some really fun and hectic fights, as well as some annoying and unfair ones. So the second game takes the exact same concept from the first game and gives it a slight makeover. You have new characters this time, new graphics, and just overall atmosphere is a little bit different. Honestly, I do really enjoy the new characters in this game. I know a lot of people don't, but to me, they have just as much personality as the characters from the first one, if not more. They may not be distinct enough to play off of each other as well as the characters from the first game, but the overall sense of camaraderie is still there. Even if Nick is a giant prick, damn bars, he still deep down really loves his zombie slaying comrades. It's just little things like that about the new characters that I like. They're honestly way more wholesome than the original characters. The campaigns introduced in this game are a bit more inconsistent, I find, than the first game's campaigns, but their high points in my opinion are just so much higher. Dark Carnival has a variety of locations and generally awesome set pieces. You have this part where you just go on this dash on a roller coaster and zombies are coming at you. It's pretty intense. And at the end you get to hold out at a Midnight Riders, a fictional band's rock concert. And it's just stuff like that that I really like to come back and play every now and then. The Parish has this really cool dash across a bridge for the finale, and it's just always intense and hectic for me, just because it's a precarious bridge, and you pretty much have to keep running the whole time or else you're gonna get overwhelmed, and I really like that one. And Hard Rain, although it's a slightly annoying campaign overall to play, it does have a fairly interesting gimmick involving backtracking and rationing your items that I don't believe any other campaign, I know for sure no other campaign has ever really done. Official campaign, that is. And even if you don't enjoy these new campaigns overall, Left 4 Dead 2 on PC includes all the DLC campaigns and the Left 4 Dead 1 campaigns for free, so you can replay the classics as much as your heart desires. But the new campaigns aren't the only thing to check out in Left 4 Dead 2. Even if you just play the old campaigns from the first game, you'll discover that the additional items and weapons add more to the replay value. Melee weapons are probably the best thing they added in my opinion. It's a secondary weapon that requires no ammo, but it just packs such a heavy punch and very satisfying to use to clear out zombie hordes. Shotguns, assault rifles, and snipers have alternate types now, which doesn't make the hugest difference, but there's slight little nuances that make them feel different, and certain ones will appeal to you more than others, and it's fun to experiment with them. Along with pain pills and medkits, which are your healing items, sort of, there's also adrenaline shots and defibrillators, which may not appear to be better than their original counterparts, but they do have their uses occasionally. And this is just really talking about single player possibilities, single player slash offline couch co-op. The game also has a fairly active and dedicated community, surprisingly. It's like 10 years since release. They still make mods and they host multiplayer matches every now and then. There are various multiplayer modes. You can just play your campaign co-op, but the most popular one is definitely Versus. It's just a standard campaign match, or campaign playthrough, but you have 2 teams, and they alternate between playing survivors and the infected. And yes, you do get to play as the special infected, and yes, it is honestly fun as fuck. The competition can get pretty fierce at times. Both sides have their satisfying moments, and it's just based on this teamwork. And once you get those sick kills as the infected, oh, it's just such a classic. It's a classic game mode, and I used to love it, and I still do. It's very fun to come back to and play every now and then. And to get into the sound design, it is just so good. Each special infected has its own sound cues. Distinct sound cues, I might add. There's little theme musics that play when they're lurking around. It's really just a simple little melody, but it lets you know for sure that that one is lurking around. It's about to come get you. The game plays hectic soundtracks when zombies are swarming you, coming in from all sides. It adds to the urgency. And the fucking rock concert I said earlier literally plays like original hard rock music. And when the tank comes, it plays a hard rock version of it, and it is like the fucking coolest thing in the game. It's so badass. For voice acting, like the survivors are all well voice acted. There's a large amount of dialogue lines, and they respond to certain situations, and as well as just banter, which is cool. And the weapons sound really good, like really good. Melee weapons, of course, are the top thing here. I love hearing the and even the as I decimate waves of zombies with my fucking melee weapons. And all of this is just really scratching the surface of the game. There are lots of details and little things that I enjoy that I'd like to talk about, but if I did, we would be here for over 30 minutes if I went into all of that. The point is, I really do like this game. I have so many good memories from my childhood of this game. Even now, I'd be hard-pressed to really find a game that has aged as well as this one has. The fact that there's still this community that's running pretty strong 10 years later with multiplayer and mods coming out, it really speaks a lot to just how good the game was made. The overall quality replayability that this game has, although there's no support for it anymore, like no new updates, to my knowledge. And there are some bugs still, which kind of detract from the experience, but once you look all past all of that and just like enjoy the game, I think it's universally enjoyable to me. I'm gonna have to give this one a 9 out of 10. That's it for this review. Let me know your opinions on this game, if you've played it, that is. I'm thinking of just calling this series games I love. I know it's kind of spoiling it, because that means I'm going to give all these games a really good score. But I guess the real thing is, what is it going to be? Is it going to be... It's going to be a 7, it's going to be a 9, it's going to be my 10 out of 10. I have a few 10 out of 10 games. I don't know if I'll ever review them. But yeah, this is a new thing I want to make because I like talking about games that I really like. So if you want to see more of these, if you want to suggest an alternate title for it so I could re-review a game that maybe, or I could replay and re-review a game that I didn't like, maybe, to just mix things up. Or if you just like me to stick to beating the backlog instead of doing this re-review thing, which I'm still going to come out beating the backlog, so don't worry about that. And if you like this camera style, if you want me to like mix the camera style with gameplay being front and center, or if you want it to be camera focused, because I don't know. I haven't done a lot of like face cam or camera stuff in a while, so I figured why not. I'm also just experimenting right now because I don't really know how I want my reviews to look. But yeah, just post some comments how you feel. And it's like 1 a.m. I'm going to bed. Thanks for watching. Catch you all next time.